boxing fans and everyone. We have the pleasure to have Arnold Barboza, Jr. joining us from California. Thank you for giving us this opportunity, at least from the phone. How are you? How you feel?
Thank you, man. Pleasure's all mine, man. I'm good. I feel good and ready to go.
Hey, I know it's been a long road, 25 professional fights, undefeated record. Can you tell the fight fans what is it to sacrifice time and family and everything in order to have that type of record?
It's a lot of work, man. It's a long road, like you said. You know, boxing. I started from the bottom. I didn't have a big amateur background, and it took me a while, to get to where I am. But I got with the right promoter, and I got the right opponents, and now I'm going up. Going up, and thank God.
Yes, you're right. Great. I mean, I bet like most of fighters that I ever heard that that I listen sometimes the stories sometimes off the camera, inside the camera. Your story has to be one of those that is very special and very interesting. Can you tell the fight fans what does it make yourself to become a fighter? What was the motive?
Man, it's family. My kids. I had a tough decision, because I was working a job, a very hard job. It was a nighttime job, so I was going in at 7 at night, and I was supposed to get out at 5:30 in the morning, 10-hour days, but I would never. It'd always be like I had to get out at 8:30, 9:30, and then I would still get out, go run, and then I would still, I would still have to go to the gym. And so I would only get like 3-4 hours of sleep, if that, and then I would go to the gym, and then right after the gym, go home, shower, eat, and then go to work. So it was very hard, and then once I got signed with Top Rank, we decided to put our boxing 100%, and it's paying off so far. So far it's paying off, and I'm very glad I did made that decision.
Great. I mean, eventually you are there sacrificing time, family, birthdays, and I can continue going on and on because I bet you that happens. That's your case too, right?
Thanksgivings, holidays, man, everything. You sacrifice a lot, man, a lot. And people don't understand that. Even like when you don't have a fight, you still sacrifice because you're still in the gym. At least I am. You're still in the gym, and you can never enjoy really like an event, fully in my eyes.
Yeah, it's. I mean, when it comes from me and from my behalf, I got a lot of respect for fighters because eventually you guys, I want to say that you guys always give us a great show, a great performance, and I want to say thank you to all of you because hey, without you guys, I bet like boxing wouldn't be the sport that it is, but we recently saw Carl Frampton, and I remember when I did my first interview with Carl Frampton, and believe it or not, it was for me like it got tears on my eyes when I saw him like saying, "Oh, you should go and interview the other fighter, the champion." I mean, I bet you that you watch the video, and it's something that he talked about that he sacrificed family, and he says I have to go and be with my family, and I bet you that's one of your cases that you haven't enjoyed your whole family at all, right?
No, you can't. You can't. Because a lot of times, even when you get out of the gym, you're so tired that you don't have the energy really to do anything even after that, and it sucks, it sucks, but, if you really want to get to where you want to get, and you want to get things that that the kids will appreciate when they're older, then you have to sacrifice, man. You have to, it sucks, but it has to be done, This is not, being a professional boxer, having it as your job is not a normal life. So it's something that we accept, it's something that we have to do, and something that, in the long run, pay off.
That's great. I mean, to hear eventually you telling the story to the boxing fans, and I bet that they gonna appreciate your family really appreciate, and of course you got one fan over here that really appreciates, and I gotta say, take my hat off from my head and say, hey guys, you putting great show for all of us. Talking about putting great show, you said, I mean, of course I've been checking on YouTube, on your Instagram, video clips and everything, anything that you might have a fight coming up soon, or anyone that you're targeting, and what weight class division would it be?
No, fight news yet. Maybe in July or August we're looking to come back. You know, I'm staying at 140. Because I worked, so hard at 140, and I'm already there. So I'm not gonna go to 135 unless it's a really, really big fight. But I have no one specific that I'm targeting. I would like to fight Teofimo Lopez if he comes up to 140. Because he's talking a lot. That he's gonna come to 140 and have his way easy. But other than that, I just want a belt. Whoever has the belt or however I can get the belt, that's what I want to do.
It's really great to hear your news, because eventually, um, whoever they be in front of you, I guess you will fight it. You're not the type of fighter that maybe you're gonna avoid somebody and will say, "Oh no, let me go to a different way." You have a perfect record, 25 undefeated, and you've been fighting guys like, oof. Last fight that you had, it was tremendous fight. Can you explain us what was it to going against your opponent?
It was a good fight. We knew that Alex Salcedo was a tough opponent. He was a brawler, and I'm a boxer. And everyone thought that I was gonna go in and just box. But we went in with the mentality that we had to go in there and prove something. That we can stay in the inside, that we can brawl, that we can do it all. We're an all around good fighter. And that's what we did. We went in there, we stuck our head down and we fought. We put up a good fight. And I was excited, man. Excited that I proved that about myself and to other people at 140. And now, when you game plan against me, it's not gonna, like, what are you gonna do now? If I can fight in the inside, I can fight in the outside. It's gonna be hard to beat me.
I bet it will, because you have the type of heart of as a warrior, and I bet you that won't be. You're gonna be one of those guys that eventually you're gonna, like we said it. You have to die on the line and say, I'm gonna put it on the line. So whatever it takes, someone has to go through me. That's the case, right, for you?
Sure.
Talking about fights like that, I mean, we have an upcoming fight. We just recently saw the conference that Teofimo Lopez and George Kambosos, they had it. What do you think about this match? That eventually Kambosos is very focused. He probably is not there to talk a lot, but we can see that Kambosos has the mentality and the desire to take all the belts back to home. What do you think of this
Yeah.
match?
To be honest, I don't really care for either one of them. But I think it's gonna be a good fight. I think Teofimo still beats him. But I'm just excited to see after the fight. What Teofimo says. Because if he wants to come up to 140, and I'm here. I already told him. I already called him out and told him if he wants to fight, I'm here. So I'm excited to see more of what after the fight, what happens. I don't even know if I'll see the fight, to be honest. But I'm more excited to see after what happens.
Exactly. I mean, we don't know what's gonna happen. Eventually, both fighters, as they've been showing on social media, Instagram videos and everything, it seems that both of them they're coming with everything, and that's what make interesting boxing. And talking about interesting fights, coming up very soon, May 8th, Cinco de Mayo, Canelo Alvarez, Billy Joe Saunders. What do you think about the era of Canelo Alvarez?
Man, Canelo Alvarez is probably one of my favorite fighters right now. Him and Tyson Fury are my favorite fighters right now. Canelo is amazing, man. What he's done is it's amazing. And I think he wears down Billy Joe Saunders. And to the body, I think he wears him down. And I think it's gonna be a good fight. But I think Canelo takes him.
Yeah, definitely. These are one of the fights that I always tell, and encourage every fight fan that they don't need to miss. And of course, Teofimo Lopez, and of course having yourself, as you mentioned, in 140, because 140 right there, right now, it's Oscar Valdez. that he really shocked the world. I mean, people that were saying that he might gonna lose against Burchell, but look at what happened. The outcome came out differently. He became the champion, and I'm guessing you are in the right track. 140, he's 140. Um, the fight fans would love to see you and Oscar Valdez, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I think Oscar Valdez is 130 or 30. I think it was 130, but if he does come up to 140, I mean, why not? But I think he's at 130 right now. But I'm on the track, to get a bout, and I don't care what bout it is. They're all gonna look good, on my waist. So as soon hopefully I can get a title shot, not next fight, and hopefully the following fight. I'm ready.
Yeah, definitely. I would say these are the interesting fights that eventually we're looking forward, and the boxing fans and everyone that, is, of course, follows your career and everything. And Cinco de Mayo is right around the corner. Canelo Alvarez and other upcoming fights. Eventually, we're looking forward to see these events and everything. Before, I mean, we continue with this. Can you explain the boxing fans how do you manage the COVID? That eventually right now is social distance. I think it feels weird to go and walk without no fans and just the music, the few people that there are there. And can you explain us to the boxing fans how is it to be a fighter and walk without the fans? I mean, I don't know what's the feeling. I bet you that it would be weird, but can you tell the
Yeah. It's COVID is it's weird in the beginning because as a fighter you have to worry about training hard, your weight, and now you got COVID you have to worry about. So it's another thing stressing you out. And then on the fights, I fought last year in the bubble 2 times right away. In the first one, it was a little weird, but once I got in the ring, once the bell rang, I zoned out, and the fans didn't bother me if there was none. But everyone's different, to me, it doesn't bother me, to be honest, I'm just in there to fight,
Mhm.
I'm just in there to fight, and that's it, and so to me, it didn't really make a difference.
No, I mean you're right because eventually, like people says, once the ring make the sound and everything, it's only the fighters,
Yeah,
promoters and fans and everybody step onto the side because and then is one on one, right? But I mean, I spoke with certain fighters, and sometimes they said, I need that type of energy to hear, like, let's say, even when they go against me. Because he says, I remember that I interviewed someone, and he says to me, I feel that type of energy because that motivates me more. It doesn't really bother me. I feel more motivated in order to do what I'm supposed to do. But I mean, in your case, you said you once the ring bells and make the sound, you're ready to go, right?
ready to go 100%, ready to go.
That's great, great to hear this type of news and everything like that. And before we wrap it up, I mean, this interview, what message would you like to add to this interview and tell the boxing fans and, of course, you fight fans and everyone?
I just want to tell everybody to stay tuned. I'm training hard right now, even though, we don't have a fight date, still training hard. So when I do get the fight date, we're ready to go. My style. I'm gonna bring exciting fights, and I'll be ready to go. Stay tuned.
Definitely, we're gonna stay tuned and we're gonna check once you coming up with a fight day, that will be interesting because I know you have a lot to give us. As I mentioned, you undefeated record 25. I don't think it's easy, but you dare to sacrifice everything to put everything on the line, and we're gonna stay tuned. So, Arnold, from my behalf, I want to say thank you. Stay safe and continue working hard because I know you do. 25 record, it says
Yeah.
everything, and we will
Yeah.
stay tuned with you.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you. Appreciate your time.
Thank you as well. God bless you. Thank you.